Hello everybody, welcome to Bass and Bonsai. We are in the house. We're actually in Charles's house. We're not out on the water because it's still too cold and my hands can't take it. But you guys are in luck. We've come down to Charles's to look at his entire arsenal. So we're gonna go a little more in depth, but look at that. Can you guys count them that quick? There, and that's not 100% everything. There's a couple things hiding here and there. But you're looking at 20 rod and reel combos. If you look right here, that's pretty much his stream stuff, you know, creek, stream, smaller, true BFS. You still got some BFS stuff mixed in, but this is what he considers like his bass stuff. So we're going to do some trading. Stay tuned. That'll be in another video. Right now, we're going to jump in, dive in, and just take a quick look at the reels for sure. We'll look at a little bit at the rods, but you guys know me. I'm more of a reel guy than a rod guy, right, Charles?
Yep.
So buckle up, hang on. This little journey starts right now. Okay, Charles, we're just going to jump into it. And Charles sort of has them kind of lined up in the, you know, BFS, but then lighter to heavier sort of, and then definitely on the bass end of it. So, I don't know. I guess the best way to do this is on my knees down here, just showing you guys each little combo. And I'll try to get through. There's 20 of them, so I can't take too long on each one. And most of these you guys will know. Some of them you won't, but Dark Wolf Ultra. Is this one the... both the Dark Wolves you own right now are dynamic, right?
Yes.
The two he's going to be getting for me coming up, they're not.
They're static.
Yeah, they're the old, well, they're the newest ones out.
And
but
that's
this
the Limerin.
is the Limerin, just crazy glass rod. What? These aren't that expensive, are they?
Oh, 50, 60 bucks.
Yeah, but
by the time you do shipping and everything.
They look cool.
That's the only rod I have that has a clicker in the reel seat.
Oh yeah, it does. That's true. I remember that. Yeah, that for. I mean, if you guys are hitting the little creeks and streams, that's definitely a good little rod.
Oh, for trout, that thing's phenomenal.
Yeah, looks nice. Very flimsy, but that's a good thing on a fiberglass. Like you can flick and. I don't know if you guys can make out that tip. This is a crazy, bends all the way down into, like literally into the reel seat. And that's
a 4-piece rod.
Oh, it's a 4-piece? Yeah. Actually, I couldn't even tell when I was sitting there bending it. But it feels very good for very little creeks and streams, ultralight, trout, you know, panfish, that kind of stuff. Awesome little combo to start things out. Charles, this is not BFS.
Oh yeah, that is.
It is. Oh, that's another fiberglassy thing. That's the one you had made.
Hollow glass. That is a vintage Abu Garcia Gold Star that I had reworked.
Oh, that's
spinning
right.
rod I had reworked to Baitcast.
I remember that. Here's a beast here, Black Max. Me and Charles were talking when I first got here. I said the only problem with this whole setup is that it needs a bent arm, and this is a very lightweight BFS spool already on it, tricked out.
Oh, it's got micro
Black Max
bearings, everything in it.
Yeah, ceramic bearings on a custom rod. Very awesome setup. And then you guys know this one. And you've heard me talk about this crazy. That's that stream angle. I could tell as soon as I grabbed it.
Yeah.
And I'm grabbing nothing under it. That is insane. And it looks like Charles has made his own.
Yeah, I changed the grip out.
Yeah, that does feel good.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got just cut out a little more on each end to give it. Yeah, that feels very good. And it does match the.
Yeah, it looks
knobs
good.
too.
Yeah,
matches up very good. Yeah, you don't like it on this?
I don't know. I've been fishing it on that, and I can't complain about it. But I don't know. I can't bring myself to like it.
That's an awesome combo. So far, that's my favorite I've seen. Then this is the Venom. If you guys remember the Venom rod and we're going to be coming up on the Kaing Teton one. And this is, yeah, that's the DKS 50, so that's like the Saber, right?
Yes, it is a Saber.
But it's the kind of a cheaper version even of that Saber, which is a cheap
one that Jay had.
Of the one that Jay sent me, the lefty I tried out.
So if you remember, it cast everybody's good. It just wasn't quite as smooth.
Yeah, the gearing is not as smooth as that other one for whatever reason. Everything else is similar and works the same. This combo is like the generic version of getting the Kaing Teton with the Calcutta Conquest that I'm getting ready to get from Charles. It's going to be pretty close to the same kind of thing, but then here's the actual Kaing Teton that I got from Eugene. Traded. Charles loves this thing.
Yes.
I just thought it was okay.
Awesome rod. But creeks and streams,
yeah,
it is unbeatable.
Charles has a little customizing done to the Dark Wolf Ultra, but that's another dynamic brake Dark Wolf Ultra on this, so you know this thing works awesome. Which one is this? The 510. So yeah, 510.3 to 3 grams, very small, capable. This is I believe the older one that I think the newer one has a little bit longer handle or something is what they've updated. So we got that one. Let's keep moving along. You guys remember the rock and roll? I had, this ain't the one I had though, right?
No.
Charles, I don't even know what you sold it to one of the Amish, didn't you, or something? But the rock and roll with the PW100 purple, this is you got this one for me, I think.
Yes.
So that was the pro version.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's got the cork.
Right.
This was the newest one I bought. This isn't the one I caught my personal best on. It's I bought a PW100 and then a purple spool and this reel at the same time. And this is that reel. So still working. Drag clicker, everything's still working. Charles, he has so many, he doesn't use like the same one every day kind of deal, but he's been using it off and on for however long. Well, you can tell by how that is worn down. It was not like that when he got it from me. So he's put some use in it and it's still going good. For those of you guys who are curious, if you come across the deal on a PW100, still the purple spool is very capable of BFS.
They're just a good all-around reel. Then
we're getting into these, which I honestly want to try to trade Charles back out of this whole lingual variants, possibly. Look at him, he got them all dirty.
Yeah. Treating
these things this way. But if you remember right, this is the reel that I used to switch to make the Joker. And he has this on rosewood. I don't know if I've...
That is an excellent rod. It's light, but it is an excellent rod.
Yeah, rosewood, carbon fishing rod. Yeah, I do remember that rod. Or rods like this. This is just like that one I had that, I don't even know what happened to it. With the full long handle that just said fishing rod or something on it, remember? Yeah, the only downside, if I would have anything to say about the rosewoods, the one I had. I can't remember the name of them. Some of these, just the guides, in my opinion, are just way too big. Doesn't affect how they perform. It makes a rod, what did I do there? It makes a rod heavier than it needs to be, and, you know, I don't know. But they're cheap. But that is the Xinghe, what do they call that? The silver fox, I think, in his green. It was all like a lot of green, if you guys remember that. And they no longer, I don't think you can get those at all anymore. But it's a frame of the lingual with everything else off that, and I used the frame to make the green on the Joker. Still awesome looking, working. Probably looks more like a true, like the Steez colors than almost any of the other lingual variants. But then this one that surprised me when I got here, I'm like, whoa, what is this? I could not believe that this is just the, what is it, the PR100?
Yeah.
So the PR100, if you guys haven't seen, they started selling like gold spools for them. And then I believe that is the drag star off of the lingual. So you basically have a PR100 with gold accents. And I still, every time I grab one of these, I can't believe how comfortable they feel. And then they are smooth. Charles, you have a drag clicker, but not a clicker on the star.
No.
But this isn't, what is this?
Yeah,
I haven't seen this rod.
That's brand new.
Ooh, wait a minute, Charles. What is that?
At a gas station locally.
Charles found this rod. Are you kidding me?
No, $15 at a gas station locally.
Dude, that's it's like a fiberglass rod.
It is. It's a hollow fiberglass rod.
Model number SWD 602 MFB. 6 foot, quarter to 3/4 ounce, line 8 to 17. Dial with sweep fire 602 MFB.
That's going to be my new light.
It's a 2-piece rod. Dude, yeah, this is like cranks come to mind. Anything like small cranks, small square bills, cranks.
Even like 1/8 ounce chatterbaits. It should be freaking awesome.
That's for $15. You want your money back for it? Charles like, no. That's a nice little setup right there, because I know these reels, we've used the other one. It's got one coming up here in a minute. Awesome. Here we go. Lingual variant MK9 Has that steezy look and good comfortable palming because of that. It's pretty much palms about like the Steezes, like when I was up at Rogers and checking them out. I know this rod. I've cast this rod before. I know. You broke one of these, right?
Yeah, I've got.
You got three of them. One's broke.
Shorter, because
but they do work good. Now this is this. Which one did you catch that monster on that we didn't get on film? Remember your 6-pounder? Was it one of? It was one of these rods.
No. The 6-pounder came on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, it was on this. On my custom rod.
On the custom, yeah. You caught something big one day. I remember on this rod, and I'm like, dude, that rod. I can't believe that rod handled that fish. Because these are very. This rod's soft. It reminds me of my, and I can't remember the name of that rod I got. The one with the aluminum reel seat and wood. And I had to lengthen the handle. I can't remember the name of it. I'm getting old.
I can't think of it, but it was a nice.
I got it at home.
Rod.
Or I think I got it right over there. We'll be looking at it here shortly. I think I brought it. Yeah, it's right over there. But it was $35 rod. These are what? How much was these?
$20.
No.
Yeah, those were like $20.
Did that wear off when you did that, or it came different than that? It looks better. I like that better myself. But yeah, these aren't. Like me, you guys know me, that
annoys me too.
Would annoy me, but as far as once you grab it to fish it, it's not bad at all. And for a $20 reel, the MK9, you can still get these, but I think they're I think they're $100 now too.
Really?
I believe.
I'll let that MK9 go.
Yeah, they're not the greatest casters compared to the other stuff.
Yeah.
They're not bad, but the braking system, I think you should try it.
The lingual variants, those are, that and the Y whatever are not on par with the other lingual variants.
Oh, you did add magnets, or did you?
I did add magnets.
And still didn't help?
No, it did help.
Look at that crazy amount of magnets Charles has on that thing.
Yeah, and it did help.
Okay, I was going to say, it felt to me like it was under braked when I had that, with the deep spool. Like if you tried to put a lot of line on and cast bigger, heavier baits, it felt like it was under braked. But yeah, I mean, I still like that reel. It's a good reel. Yeah. And it's an 8-to-1, so you have that higher speed. You could use it. You could actually use it where you didn't need it to cast crazy. You could set the brakes up kind of tight and pitch and flip kind of deal, if you were wanting to do that with that. But I don't know if I'd pay $100 for another one. Probably not. Then this dude, Charles, this one. It's same rod, so we don't need to talk about it. He's got 3 of them. Another one's coming up here in a minute.
They're all different lengths and different stiffness, but yes.
For $20, look these up if you are interested. What's the name of them? MDD? Super hard. Oh, super hard, Charles.
I don't even know if you can get them anymore.
Yeah, I don't know, but if you come across those on AliExpress and you see that crazy red on this is like a soft touch, the whole thing, and then with the blue for $20, they seem to be, because the one you broke was your fault, right?
Yes, it was.
It wasn't like it was a weak in the rod. Charles, like me, the ones I broke, it's like I'm a moron and I break them.
Yeah. But
that's the clamber. The drag clicker thing is quit working. I may try to take it apart for Charles and fix it for him, but if you guys remember right, I think I had an issue right off the bat with it, and I think the reel test even had an issue with the clickers and the way they sound. The clamber is still being sold, and it's come down. It started out like 150, then it was down to, I want to say you can get them for under 100 now. They do cast pretty good. They're good overall reels, aluminum frames, but the clamber, it's a no for me, dog. Charles liked it at first, I think, till the clicker went out.
No, I like it okay.
He still likes it.
For the money, it's not worth it.
All right, now we get to what I consider one of the biggest piece of junks out there.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't buy the tank that Jimmy from Roar Fishing did. The YLT, what did they even call this one? But it's basically, the framing is, you think, kind of looks like copied off the Steez CT, but it is way bigger. Like it feels way bigger than the lingual variants. And if you guys can look at that, like this palm's good. And it's not big, but it palms good, and it's not a small fill though, but this is a bigger fill. The reel itself got a very quiet clicker, and it just is not, you can just tell when you grab it and fill it, it's just not made out of with the same quality of even the Lingles or the average AliExpress reel, really, the PW100 and all of them. It's just got a cheaper fill. Looks cool, the tank looks cool, but they're just not made that great. They work, they'll still work, get the job done, I guess, but And then here is a true lingual, but Charles has still changed stuff around on it.
Yeah.
So that's one you got for me also.
Uh-huh.
Was this the first one or no? I think this was, yeah, maybe this was the very first one I bought because I think this looked better. It just had a cleaner look, so I left it alone.
Yeah, I just like the red drag star, and I had one, so I put it on there. But that's an awesome fishing setup right there. The delicacy.
Oh yeah, let me talk about that. Those are all the same. Those three are the same. The delicacy. You guys heard me talk about this before. Oh, I did that too, didn't I?
Yeah. Yeah.
Put that handle.
Change that out. That delicacy came from you.
Yeah. The delicacy is
I don't like the ultralight tip, but I love the light tip.
Yeah, the light tip. That's like the CU double and the delicacy. I feel the same way about them, except I like the CU double ultralight tip better than I do the delicacy. But to fishing, put the light tips on them, and then that's when they really, in my opinion, shine. But that delicacy was crazy cheap. I think it's still, I guess you can still get them. I haven't really seen it in a while. But if you guys have not seen the delicacies, they'll come with a different, I want to say it's split grip, right?
One, not that rod, but the delicacy is the one that
you have a bunch of them, right?
My wife stomped in the canoe, and I sat on the bank and pouted and ordered 2 more on the bank.
So you still have a couple floating around of those, don't you? Or did you sell them off?
No, I've sold them off.
Sold them off to the. He's got so much other stuff now, but. So lingual delicacy, can't really go wrong with that. Another PW100, the Pro version. This one looks newer than that other one for whatever reason. Just has a newer look to it. But there is the Dragon. If you guys, the Sonora Dragon that I also had, another one of my oldies.
That's a good rod.
I compare this close to the Teton, but it's softer. So I feel it better for crank type baits. For jigging and definitely for shaky head, it doesn't quite have enough backbone. And you guys know how the Teton is kind of soft. This is a touch softer. Doesn't make it a bad rod. It's just for like that all around stuff. I still kind of, it's like for the very little cranks, this is probably still one of my favorite rods for that. Like a 1.0 square bill, and then the smaller Dr. Krankensteins, those kind of baits. Man, it's hard to beat that Dragon. This was the 6'8", I believe. Yeah, 6'8". And they come in different lengths, the Dragon. 6'8" too light. I believe they make a shorter and an ultralight in the Dragon. Soft touch reel seat, very awesome deal set up right here. All right, we're almost done. Jeez, Charles, you got too many rod and reels. He's getting ready to trade out me. He's getting 2 Dark Wolf Ultras, a Geico Pigeon, and a Salamandura. Jeez.
Yeah, I got 2 reels going away I don't have rods for, and I got 4 reels coming.
Now this is just a stock Black Max minus, what, spool? That's I take it BFS or no?
Yeah. Open the side up. I think it's a BFS spool. It may be a stock one.
Charles, I don't even know how these sides open. Oh, yeah, I do. I was going to say, I don't know how these sides open, but I do. No, that's just, yeah, it's BFS.
Yeah.
Maybe not a real crazy, you know, real super shallow, but it's definitely BFS.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the Black Max. They're not the greatest. They'll work for BFS, but they're not the greatest. But I like them BFS tuned because on the heavier baits, they throw better.
Yeah, they just tend to throw real good.
I really like that for worms. That is my shaky head rod.
What's that say? Lewis Road? I can't make out what that says, but
look at the tip on that thing. It's pretty stiff backbone and then a super light tip. And you can shaky head like a son of a gun with that thing.
Yeah, it's definitely.
And it's like mad sensitive. That thing is like so sensitive, it's ridiculous. You feel a fish.
It feels lightweight too. Short too. How long is that?
Probably a
180. So yeah, probably like a 5'6", but or if it is 6 foot,
it's in the back.
6 inches extra in what normally comes with the rod this light. So it kind of gives you a, you know, for like jig setting you do not need that much leverage. Here's where you get leverage, by the way. You guys all hear about people talking about leverage. To add leverage to a rod, you kind of have to move the reel seat up, and then this distance, like that's how you can add leverage to the length of a rod. The minute a rod gets longer from here out where you're holding on to it, you're only giving leverage to whatever's on the other end. Now you get longer and move more line, but anyway. So there's that setup. If you guys are interested in this one, they still have it out there? How much was it? The rod?
So. I want to say that one's like $30 or something like that.
$30. That's a good buy for that. This is soft touch. Here, let's read what it says. 180 G2 compound material high power lure. I want to say it says, I thought it said Lotus Road, but I think it says Lewis Road, which sounds crazy. But so does the golden mud carp on a pink rod. Let's keep going. Let me scoot down. Jeez, my knees are killing me, Charles. All right. The infamous
custom. That's a $400
custom
rod.
$400 rod. So we can't like go to AliExpress and buy it. Just show it to you for a minute. Custom wrapped.
And that thing just pretty much
looks good. I will show you the first if you can make it out. Got the gold inserts and it's kind of a do-all rod also. Black Knight 2 would be better on here.
Yeah, it would, but the Black Knight works just fine.
Yeah, Charles, you know I don't like these reels. They're bigger. They don't palm. These are comfortable. And somebody was asking me, the original Black Knight, the original Dark Wolf, that's the size they are. Okay, so well, I don't even have one popping around here, but anyway, the
Dark Wolf's on the other end.
Yeah, they are way a bigger reel, heavier spool. They're different. They're not gonna. You're not gonna get the same performance. Like what I would use. If you can come across the deal, they still sell them, the Black Knight and the Dark Wolf. For like all around, Bass, BFS is fine, but ultralight, creek and stream stuff, you're gonna want to go with the Dark Wolf Ultra and the Black Knight 2, 100%. And I would almost compare. I think these are the capability of these. They're gonna palm a little bigger. You're probably gonna cast as well, or maybe a touch better than like the variants of the Acura and the Micro Monster with those shallow spools, because this reel still, if you come across them, because I'm pretty sure they still sell them, don't they, Charles? I think I still see them. I know I see the Dark Wolf a lot. Charles, how do you get this side off?
You gotta flip the little lever.
Did you have the lever flipped wrong? You already had it flipped loose. So they do have the FTB style brake system, so it makes them still cast good, but they're kind of that older, bigger spool, little older technology. Still work very good though. Hard to dog them. They do work. Here you have the new version, basically, of the
That's the Max X.
Black Max. It's the Max X. No drag clicker, Charles. I'm disappointed. Star drag clicks. That's at one of those. If you guys ever wondered what those stars you've seen on AliExpress look like, they look better in person. It's hard to.
They're kind of big though.
Yeah, they're kind of big. They definitely have, like, this part is just big, and I think they're made a little too thick sideways kind of deal. They don't look bad. They look, I think, a little better in person. But the Max, now you got a shallow spool in it though, right, too?
Yes. Yeah, it's got bearings and a spool.
Now, Shadow for the Win. You sure this ain't the rod you caught your big one on?
Maybe it was. Maybe it was the Shadow for the Win.
I remember seeing a red as you were hollering at me that I was doing the wrong thing for Charles to catch a 6-pounder. I'm like, dude, we got it in. That was a battle. That thing was stuck in a Christmas tree. And you guys know this one. Jay knows this whole deal. The John Q Vivid, then the Cast King Zephyr. You guys all know that one. Not really going into big detail. This does feel palm good, goes together well, very well. If you guys still have a either or, you have a Vivid, and you're like, I don't know about a reel that goes with that. Their kind of capabilities and how they palm, they fit good together. And the Cast King Zephyr. So I've owned both of those also. Then here's the almost stock, except I think he added the BFS spool, the PR100. Definitely the cheapest reel Daiwa makes, and it's actually very good working reel. So you have to add clickers and all that if you want to get it look like that gold one I showed you earlier. Just haven't put it in this one. So yeah, they'll come, stock. That's why they're selling them for like what, $50?
Yeah.
40, $50, but then there's parts out there, gold spool or red shallow spool, And then our Daiwa, so you can get a lot of the clicker stuff or do whatever to, you know, handles, drag stars, change them out, kind of deck them out since you're starting so cheap. The spool though is a, I guess I've showed people before, but I'm kind of curious, I can't remember. So you got just a regular mag track style braking, and I think that's a long shaft, right? Yeah,
yes, it's a long shaft.
Long shaft like Shimano's, the braking like Abu Garcia's, and Daiwa did it better when they copied those guys. But it just feels good. It does palm good. It sort of reminds me of the SLX styling or the something like that.
I just can't believe how smooth it is for as cheap.
Yeah, as cheap as it is, crazy smooth. When it's stock though, it does look cheap. But once you add a few things to it, like if you guys remember right, this one is the same reel. Once you add those few, you know, I think the gold anyway, different handle, knob assembly, clicking stuff on it, right? It just does look better. Doesn't necessarily work better. Works better with that shallow spool. All right, we got 2 more to go, and then we're going to end this video. And you guys will have seen the majority of Charles's arsenal. That is a dude, Revo SX. I am not a fan of that right there. See that? Worked very well. All the Revo, since they've been making the Revo SX, is kind of their red and black, just all around reel that does work very good.
Well, and it's the cheaper of the Revo.
Right, and it's kind of that first tier up from a true cheap like Black Max, Max X kind of thing. And then Charles has this on a Grandmaster 6-foot 2-piece. I like this does look and feel good. You broke one of these too, right, or
yes.
not?
Yes, instantly.
So is this it? Or
no.
You
No.
But you haven't broke this one, so
no, that one's been okay.
So maybe it was a dud or something.
Yeah, it had an air pocket or something.
Yeah, he did break one of these, but he says no issues with this
right
one.
at the hilt.
Yeah, but these are cheap, right?
Yeah, that's like a $17 rod.
Dude, yeah. $17 rod. This part would cost you $17 just to order if you wanted to put that on a rod, I would think. Even from AliExpress. That looks good. Does have big guides. The guides give away that it's a cheap rod.
And the first guide is always crooked on those.
Always crooked, yeah. That definitely gives away that it's cheap, so.
Yeah.
But they're actually very comfortable, kind of copied to Shimano. Like just this to buy would cost you the $17. But Charles says it works very well. Yeah, I did cast this last year, I think, once or twice, didn't I? Used it just briefly. Then we go to Charles's most expensive rod, I believe. No, the custom one.
The custom.
Here's his most two, I think.
The Tetons.
Yeah, it's custom, this, and then the Teton. Other than that, Charles has like $20 rods to get his fishing done, and it works. But he did pick, and this is the only one you basically use other than this. He's got some catfish, different other types of rods around here that he uses for other stuff. True 7-foot, heavier stuff. But it's just a medium, right?
Yeah.
7-foot, fast, medium, 10 to 15 pound, 1/8 to ½ ounce is what it says.
Yeah, I threw a 3/4 with it all the time.
Charles said, yeah, that might be a medium, but that's a heavy medium. It's definitely not a...
Yeah.
But Cashin core, worm and jig rod. That doesn't feel bad.
It actually does work really well.
Yeah.
It feels good. It's really sensitive. It's just...
I don't know, you know. It is made in USA, Cashin, or made in USA.
Yeah, that's like a $180 rod.
Yeah, and they do have these in the core, I think, in a BFS, couple different sizes for true BFS.
Yeah.
But here you're looking at, ladies and gentlemen, a Spirit Fox that the blue pieces are on my PW100. That's a Spirit Fox, and then these are the side plates that caught my personal best largemouth bass, and Charles has them. Just treating them like crap. Doesn't even have a drag clicker on the reel they're on. Charles, what are you doing? But no, that's a nice little combo there also.
It works well. You know, that's what
I think if it was me,
chatterbaits with all year last year.
I think what you're going to end up doing, I can already tell you what you're going to do. You're going to take that Salamandura, and you're probably going to put it on this. Well, or that crazy other custom you had done with the red stuff. But I think it would go good on this. All right, guys, that is it. Woo! Let's finish this. Okay.
Done.
Yeah, we're done, Charles. Jeez, that took a while. Hopefully you like that. That's just Charles's, until we get some trading done around here, and we're just talking about that. I'm like, dude, once you get that Salamander, you'll probably want to put it on the cash-on or this other one, then you're going to switch this around. So you guys know the deal. All it takes, you buy a new rod or a new reel or two, and then next thing your whole lineup just kind of changes around if you're, you know, just trying different stuff in the winter. You're bored anyway. But hopefully you liked the video. Comment below anything you got to comment. Thanks for watching. We're going to be doing cast testing, different stuff, but then right now, me and Charles, I'm going to put together a little video showing the trade we did, but it's not going to be on this video. This is going to be as short as however long it took me to get through that. So thanks for watching, guys. Get out, go bass and bonsai, but whatever you do, make sure you have fun doing it. And do not let bass and bonsai talk you into buying 20 rod and reel combos. You don't need that many. But if you want to buy them, hey, it goes with all your baits you're getting off AliExpress, right? If you're going to buy $1 baits and 1,000 of them, you need a lot of combos, right, Charles?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's go.